Thank you. Thank you very much. We are recording this because we had quite a number of people sign up, and the registration has been going on for the last 2 weeks. So maybe they forgot or something more shiny came across their way, but that is all right. Here we are, and I'm very grateful that you responded to my request. I know Zippy, good to see you, long time. And Anna, I guess I'll get to know you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
How is New Year?
New Year, we are here, and so we must
Okay.
face it and square it.
Fantastic. Okay. So, Anna, my name is Frida Owinga, and in the SME space, I help people turn their passion into profit. I support different organizations. The organization that has prepared this info session is SME Founders Association and We Connect International. And I'll be going, I have a short presentation that I will share with you to just give you a good understanding of why we are here today. So I'm sure online you saw something that said how to access corporate global markets, whether from a friend or my LinkedIn or other social media space. So we are here to understand how to access global markets because there's a lot of opportunity for women to access corporate global markets. But many times women say they don't have the information, they don't know how to go about it. So I've taken this opportunity to support women to do that because We Connect International connects women to global corporate markets. They have been doing this since 2009, and I will share with you more as we go along in this presentation. So thank you very much again for coming. So I'll introduce who SME Founders Association is, because SME Founders Association is partnering with We Connect International to support women empowerment. The we, WE, means women empowerment. SFA has not had a female proposition, so we found this a good opportunity to support women without reinventing the wheel. And access to markets is one of the things we do at SME, because at SME Founders Association, we say we are connecting SMEs to money, markets, and mentors. So the markets pillar falls smack in the work that We Connect International does. I work at WeConnect as the Africa Growth and Development Strategist. It's quite a mouthful of a title, but that is it. Or you can consider me as the Regional Director for Africa for WeConnect. And my role is to support WeConnect to access women and corporates that are willing to supply women. So even as we go along this presentation, you can put in the chat and let us know which corporate would you like to supply? Which corporate would you like to supply? So that we can, if they're not already in our database, we can connect you to them. So the power of access, as I get into this information session, the power of access, I'm sure we normally say that your network is your network, but your network cannot be your network until you work your network, all right? So many women say they don't know, they don't get information, they don't have access, they don't know anybody. And that is okay, because that is just how to get access, all right? And there are different ways you can get access. I'm just sharing with you what we do at SME Founders Association and how our partnership with We Connect can also help you as a woman in business. So SME Founders, I'm sure you heard this from SME Founders Association or from OWIT, Kenya Marketplace. Organization of Women in International Trade is OWIT. We have a chapter here in Kenya. I serve on the executive committee as the immediate past president. I was the president of OWIT the last 2 years. So I still share opportunities with them. I still sit in the EC, in the executive committee, the global executive committee. So that is somewhere probably you heard about it, or you may have heard about it from CEO Association, where I served for a bit as the partnerships, as partnerships something. I was in the EC also as partnerships. And then, or just randomly in social media, somebody shared with you, or from my LinkedIn, because I post a lot of things on LinkedIn. So I'd like you, please, if you did not hear about this program in any of this session, in any of the items I've listed, please put for us in the chat where you heard about it. and I'll really be grateful for that. And you're all welcome. So SME Founders Association, which is hosting this session today, I'm the founder of SFA. I'm also the director of partnerships. My role at SFA is to support our community presidents to access stakeholders that can support our members and partners to connect to money, markets, and mentors. Our vision is to create a better Africa by supporting business leaders to create world-class businesses that can grow, can scale, and can thrive. And we have a program called Grow GST, which helps you to understand, do you have the elements that you need to grow, the elements you need to scale, and the elements you need to thrive. In Grow, basically, you need to be making money. So if you're in business and you keep saying you're in business, but not for the money, then there's a problem, because a business solves problems and gets paid for the problems they solve. So if you're not in business for money, you are running a hobby, and we can show you how to generate revenue so that you can grow. Because the first sign that your business is not going to make it is that you're not making money. And when you're not making money, it is not a challenge per se. It is a sign that you are not aligned with an existing problem and people who are willing and able to pay. If you're not making money in your business, it's just a sign of misalignment. You're not aligned to a problem that people need, that people have and are willing to pay for it. You cannot scale until you're making money that is profitable. All right. And when you're making money that has a profit, then you're able to scale because you're able to hire, you're able to access assets, you're able to do other things beyond you doing everything by yourself. And then once you're able to scale, then you're able to thrive. And being able to thrive means you're making money that is profitable, and you can hire people so that you're not the only one doing everything. And you can also set up processes so that work can carry on whether you are there or not. Okay, like today, 50 people signed up, exactly 50 people signed up for this session since the last 2 weeks. And you can see the number that has come. So there'll be various excuses. Either they did not put it in their calendar, they forgot, or another thing came up that was more shiny than this one, or they have to attend to a client. So at SFA, we teach you how to manage your time so that you can do the things that matter most to you. Our mission is fostering creation of decent and sustainable work by supporting SMEs to access affordable, competent talent. You don't have to hire everybody. Marion, who is on the call with me right now, runs a company called MVA Solutions. MVA Solutions provides processes and strategies for independent consultants, self-employed people. So Marion can help you with that. But we can find you different competent talent at SFA to help you do the work: accountants, HR consultants, people like Marion, and the rest, all right? So you don't have to do everything alone. You don't have to drive around Nairobi looking for parking. You don't have to drive to Nairobi to wherever far place you need to go. You can hire a driver for the day and we can help you. Then our objective is to enhance the competence of the founder, of the business owner, the compliance of the business, and the ability of the business and business owner to access capital. We were founded in 2015, and our key goal is creation of decent and sustainable work so that mahasla wawache kulia. Okay, so we can stop complaining as hustlers that we are not making money, the economy, and this and the other. All right. So we hope to be a leading association in Kenya in learning and networking and decent work advocacy. For us, it is that whatever you are doing is generating revenue that can pay bills, and you can have some more. So you're not just here to pay bills. So that is what SFA does. And SFA has partnered with WeConnect. I won't go much into WeConnect today. WeConnect International is a non-profit organization based in the US in Washington, DC, and they connect women-owned businesses to global markets. We're in over 180 countries. I've come on board to support WeConnect penetrate Africa. In Africa, we're already in Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. So part of what I'm doing here today is to sensitize you to understand what WeConnect does and see if it is something that you would like. So currently in Kenya, not even in Kenya, as a statistic, large corporations spend billions of dollars each year paying firms to provide them with goods and services, and a process known as procurement. In Kenya, corporates spend less than 3% of their procurement budget on women-owned led small, medium-sized businesses. We define a woman-owned business as a business that is owned by 51% or more by a woman. So it is 51% owned by a woman. So to be able to get these opportunities, you need to be 51% owned. The other 49 can be owned by anyone, but 51% must be women. Increasing the corporate procurement spend with women-owned businesses can help companies grow their businesses, especially now that we talk about sustainability and inclusivity. Especially when we talk about inclusivity, if you are hearing that only 1% of corporate spend goes to women, that is a sign that 99% is going to men, all right? And yet Obama said that for the world if you want the world to go well, it cannot go well if the other 50% are not included. Another good news is this year, International Women's Day is Inspire Inclusion. So as we connect, we're inspiring corporates to include women in their supply chains, and we are also preparing women to access those supply chains, and we are certifying them, because to work with corporate is great, but it is work. I have my first corporate assignment was in 2009. I had just started my company. It was a financial institution. I was very excited. I got a tender. I got pre-qualified. I got the tender. I got 22 workshops around Kenya. That was in 2010. Each workshop I was being paid 50,000 to speak, and then I was being given like 20,000. If I was going out of town, I was being given 25,000. So if out of town, 75,000, in town, 50,000. And that is less than a half-day session, because in a half day, the financial institution will have an event and I'll come and do a session for an hour and a half, all right? And I go. So I was very excited, but this is what I didn't know. I didn't know that I have to pay for everything until after I've finished the 22 workshops running around this Kenya. I've been to some places, but I did not speak English. I had to train in Swahili. But after I finished, I did my invoice. Then I was told that I think I didn't, let me not say I was told, I didn't read my documents properly. There's a whole lot of paperwork to read. Me, I was just happy I got a contract that now you're going to get paid in 30 days. So I thought, okay, fine. Because before the 30 days, I had to beg and borrow from family members to ensure that I get a car to take me to all these places. Some places I was driving. Sometimes you have to go to Isiolo, Meru, and then the following day you are in Kericho. Tell me how you'll skip from Meru to Kericho and you don't have a helicopter. But I did it by the grace of God. At the end of 30 days, when I gave my invoice, I was told I need an ETR. I didn't know what an ETR. I had lived abroad. I come back to the country in 2009, 10 years abroad. Before I left this country, there was no ETR, there was no VAT. So I said, what is that? I was told it's a machine you need to buy and then do the receipt. I don't know what. Okay, I got my PIN and everything. Because when I was pre-qualified, I did have a PIN, because you must have a PIN to register your company and all that, right? So I needed 25,000 to get the machine. We didn't have Teams those days, all right? I didn't have that 25,000. I remember calling my brother and begging him, because all the money I had spent on the 22 workshops, all right? So I called my brother. My brother was over here, but he gave me the money. I did the thing. And to cut a long story short, I was not paid until 120 days. So why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that to let you know that accessing corporate markets is a big deal. However, there's a preparation that is required, and we certify women to help them understand that process. And then they also get into a database where corporates can see them and they can see the corporate RFPs. Today I'm pre-qualified with about 5 financial institutions and other organizations, because what I realized is if you get pre-qualified by one kind of institution, if you're not lazy, if you work, you can get you can get pre-qualified with other organizations also, because it's just a rinse and repeat process. And I'll show you that as we continue. With the government, I won't beat my chest too hard. I've never had an opportunity where somebody wanted me to bribe them. So I will not get into the story of Kenya and corruption, because I don't know what would happen if they came to me. But the truth of it is God has kept me, and I'm grateful for it. So that is what happened with that financial institution. Until today, I still supply them, and a couple of others after that. So WeConnect International offers training to increase women SMEs awareness of procurement processes and strengthen their ability to participate in and win corporate contracts. In that financial institution, I'm sharing with you the story. I was the first female to venture into that space. And how did I get there? When I came back to Kenya and I did my business model, people were coming to ask me for work. So my business model was to create learning solutions for people looking for work. And that's why my first company is called Passion Profit. So I used to have small classes teaching people how to turn their passion into profit. Then these classes started growing and these people started wanting more help. They wanted HR, they wanted accounting, they wanted this and the other. And that is why the Profit Network was started, which was, the name was changed to SME Founders Association. Now, what I realized also in this process is that this business model was not sustainable. It was not sustainable because once I had trained the SMEs, they needed another level of help that I did not have. Number two, they were not always willing and able to pay. I've trained a lot of people for free and acquired a lot of debt in the process, because you cannot train people for free and expect to pay your bills. And one time I remember asking God, how can I get out of this jam? Did you really call me to help people turn their passion into profit? He said, yes, but I didn't call you to do it for free. And he reminded me of the parable of the talents. The talents were given, and everybody who multiplied their talent, who went out with their talent, multiplied it. My talent was diminishing. So that is when I realized that I was serving consumers, not buyers. Remember, I said that you need to, if you're going to make money in business, you need to solve a problem, and solve a problem for people who are willing and able to pay. SMEs have a problem, yes, they need to know how to run business, because our education is not designed for us to do business, it's designed for us to get jobs, all right? So, but their discretionary income does not allow them, or they're not willing to pay for it. Some people pay, some people don't, but not enough people pay to service my needs. So what did I do? I went to look for the person who is interested in the SME, who can buy the learning solutions for them. All right, so that I go back to my core, which is organizational leadership and management. So I do that for corporate. And when I do that for corporate, I get paid, and I'm able to pay my bills. But it took me a while to realize that. So that is that. I hope this is helping. So as a woman business owner, if you're going to get into procurement, you need to understand there's a pre-bidding phase. I suffered because I didn't know about VAT. I didn't realize I was going to be paid 120 days after. So in the pre-bidding phase, what we encourage women to do is, one, have a business model and a financial model, so that you can understand how much do you need, okay, to generate, to run your life and your business. Remember, I said at SFA, we teach you how to grow, scale, and thrive. So your growth must be very clear that this is the business you're doing. This is the amount of money that you need to make to pay for the lifestyle that you have. And these are the lead generation, all the sales and marketing that you need to do to ensure that you're generating profitable revenue. So all this happens in the pre-bidding phase. So that you know, based on the on my business model, these are the kinds of organizations that I can work with. I work with financial institutions because my core client is SMEs, all right? But SMEs are consuming what I do, and then the corporate is the one that pays for it. So financial institutions pay for it, and then these SMEs bank there. So you see how the supply chain works, all right? So in the pre-bidding phase, first, you know your business model and your financial model. So SFA can help you with that as a partner of WeConnect. Then there's the bidding phase. In the bidding phase, offer preparation. In the bidding phase, you need to know which organizations are you looking for? Not every tender is a tender for you. I've been in the Safaricom I've been pre-qualified with Safaricom, and recently they trained us as women in their pool to access how to connect fiber in homes. Because they said if you're in services is great, but there's opportunity to make more money. Everybody needs fiber. Okay, I wouldn't say everybody, but Wi-Fi, the need for access to Wi-Fi is growing. So they gave us a training, what we need to do, how we need to set up our organizations so that we can be able to connect fiber. I can easily say, no, I'm a trainer, I don't want that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm a trainer, but if trainer is not enough, I can look for something else, all right? I'm very comfortable training, but doing something like home fiber or whatever it was, I can't remember what Safaricom was calling it, is something that I can set up and help young people who have done network engineering, like my son, and have not been able to get a job. And we get a job with Safaricom. So one thing I need you to realize is that tendering, you have to know that tendering is just one stream of revenue. So how much do you need? How will you generate that revenue? You'll generate that revenue. Some people say through referrals. Some people will say through tendering. Some people will say through having partnerships or whatever. So in the bidding phase, I'm going to show you the documents that you need. So in the bidding phase, you're going to be asked for a whole number of documents. Many times women freak out when they see these documents. I'm going to show you what they are. And then there's the post-bidding phase. After you bid, depending on the organization that you're working with, you'll be onboarded on a system. And that's why it's very hard to be asked for a bribe, because everything is automated, okay? Your pre-qualification documents are put online. If you don't have a laptop, that is the first thing you need to do, because doing those things on the phone is a headache, all right? So there's some investments that you need to have. If you're going to get into corporate global markets, you can't keep saying, oh, my phone ilikwama, my screen is so small. No, you make the investment. Like I had to make an investment in the ETR machine. So everything is put online. When an RFP comes up, you get an email, you go into the portal, you put in your bid, and then you get the order, you do an invoice, you do an invoice. So there's a level of documentation and processes that you need to have, and that is where SFA comes in, and that is in the Thrive module, to ensure that you have the right people who can help you do that documentation if you can't. There are a lot of things that I've just designed myself that I can't, and I find a young person to pay me, and we agree how I'm going to compensate them. So women try to do everything by themselves. They want perfection, and that's why they don't progress. I'm going to stop here for a little bit and just see how everybody is doing back there, and if you're getting it. Is this making sense? Are you good back there? Can I see a thumbs up or something? I see.
Yes, it is.
Okay, fine, thank you. All right. So now what are the documents that this checklist? You can take a screenshot of it. There's 10 documents that are mandatory that you must have. You must have a business registration. A tax compliance is very easy to get today if you have a PIN and you do your returns. Do your returns, your payee returns, your VAT returns. If you don't have employees, if you don't have VAT, always do a nil return, so that when you want your TCC, you can actually go in yourself and put in information, and it sends it to your email. That is how good Kenya is today if you are compliant. Remember, I said SSA helps you to be compliant. That SFA, we do a legitimization audit for you to see, are you compliant? Do you have these 10 documents? If you don't, how can we help you get them? Many businesses don't do audited accounts, all right? Like many organizations that are in the process to be certified with us, wanakwama hapo kwa audited accounts. All right. And audited accounts is just going back to the last 2 years. What is the business you have done and getting the accounts audited? And SFA can help you with their eyes closed. All right. The memorandum of articles, all this information is information that if you don't have, you can get. But if you want to get on this journey, these are the first things that you should get. If you don't know how to get them, get the help that you need. All right. And then other important documents now is depending, sorry, let me go back. Other important documents all depends on your health, like health and safety, if you're a pharmaceutical, if you're a restaurant, all these other ones, other important will depend on the sector that you're in. And we can always guide you on that. And then references and CVs, there's the previous contracts, including prices and dates. Now, this is another place where I struggled with my first order because I had just come back into the country. I hadn't done a lot of work, but because I lived abroad, I had learned how to keep impact reports. So every little event I did or I spoke at, I always did a report to show how many people registered for it, how many people came, and I take pictures. Many times women-owned businesses don't do that. Okay, I say women-owned businesses because that is my target audience. And I know that my weaknesses are the weaknesses of those I help. So whatever you do, and sometimes you see Nikidogo, it is small, who will care about it? No, those things help you even when you go to the embassy and you show that you have been doing, it's better you show that you have been doing 5, 10 people. Like even this one, how many people are here? There are probably 6 or 50 people registered, all right? But there's 6 people in the room and 2 of them are from WeConnect and SFA. So that means out of 50 people who registered, only 4 showed up. When I do a report for this session, I'll have a list of 50 people who signed up, who I can still follow up. Number 2, I have the recording that I can send to them. So I can easily say that I have done 1 procurement readiness training. So learn to quantify the things that you do and keep a record of them. Okay, so that when the time for showing previous contracts comes, you have something to show. You are not just walking empty-handed, and we show you how to do that. Then client completion certificate, when you finish with the client, always ask them to write you a recommendation letter when they're still happy. Because if you go back after a year or 2, they have forgotten you. Maybe there was even something they didn't like about you, they never told you, they won't write it quickly. But while they're still happy, when you do the closeout, always ask, could you please give me a recommendation for this? Scan it, file it somewhere. Scan all your documents and put them in a Google Drive so that when you need them, even on your phone, you can just click and go. And those are the things that Marion's company helps us with, all right? So you're not looking for papers can drive you crazy, all right? There was one background check they were doing on me and they wanted my certificate from high school. I had to go back to Kenya High. Remember, I was away from the country for 10 years. So my certificate niliwacha America, okay? So I had to look for them. So what I did at that time, I went to, all these Kenya national exam places. I got the original, I got a copy, I stamped it, and I got a lawyer to sign certified true copy. I put them in a folder. So every time something is needed, I have a folder, click, go, all right? So the key thing is start today. You need CVs of managers and technical staff. If you have not hired anybody, this is where networking comes important. Like I told you earlier, at SFA, our goal is to connect you to affordable, competent talent. So you can use our talent to do your tenders. You say, there's this tender I'm doing, and I need an HR, I need an accountant. All right. If you are a member with us, we help you. All right, we'll help you do that tender and we'll stand in for you in those places that are needed. Because when you're doing a tender, remember, when I did the one for training for this financial institution, I had to show other trainers. But every time, I'm the one who has been training since 2010. Every time there's a training, they say, no, Frida, you're the one coming. It's only this year that I've attempted again and they have said, okay, we'll try. But these past 3, you come. All right. But it's good to have people so that when you're not there, there's somebody to fall back on and you don't give an excuse. So all that is part of the preparation process. And then carrying along here, some of the barriers that women say is that procurement is a headache, all right? So your head hurts until you get a Panadol, all right? So the start of everything is hard because mind has never gone that way, and your mind is used to comfort. So it will be telling you, Ningumu, it is hard with women, all right? I was speaking to another financial institution to get them to have us do this program for their women account holders and also for their employees so that women can be given access. And she said that when they started, it was 1%. In 2019, they've already started this program. So she told me when they started training women, they had 1% procurement to women. But today, as at the impact report of last year, they were at 19%. So things are improving. Let us arise and take advantage of it. So women shy away because of the mandatory documents. Akiona tu TCC anasikia maumivu. That was me. I'm not kidding you. When I was told about ETR, I said, wakae na hiyo pesa. All right, but when I did the math, you can even do the math, okay? Do 22 workshops and just do with 50,000, all right? Although there were 18 were out of town. So out of that 22, 18 times 75, and then the other 4 or 5, whatever, by 50. So you want that money and you have done all the work, all right? And you have not been paid for 3 months. You've been waiting for this money. You will get the document, all right? But the good news today is you don't have to go through what I went through. WeConnect certifies you so that you get in pre-qualified, an organization that sees that you have you're a certified women business enterprise, you have a higher chance of getting in because they know that you are formalized, you are competent, and you are compliant. We have done the due diligence for them. So that is the advantage. Another hindrance is informal business. Maybe you've just registered the name, you don't have structure, you don't have employees. I've told you how you can show you have employees. As a member of SME Founders Association, we can support you with CVs and support when time of doing the work comes. We can also help you because we have a pool of talent. So you don't have to walk alone. And in the network, you can also find other women that you can tender with, and our legal department can help you design an agreement. Because many times people say, I've done things like that, I lost money. Just because you lost money once does not mean that you should not try again. I've lost money, but I try again. I keep trying, but I've become cleverer, all right? So every situation, you learn something and move on. Another problem that women have is inadequate capacity. Technology, maybe they don't have a laptop. Doing most of these documents, they're not mobile enabled, so you will need a computer. I don't recommend doing it at a cyber because you're going to be uploading very important information. So one thing we're looking to do as WeConnect is to support women once a month to have a procurement readiness clinic. So SFA will come on board with a computer, somebody will help you do your legitimization, and WeConnect will ensure that your certification goes through. So it's a partnership because WeConnect does the certification, but before the certification, you need to show that you're competent and compliant. So that headache SFA can help you with. But if you're sorted out there, you may not even need SFA, you just register. So limited access to information on business opportunities. As a WeConnect member, being a WeConnect member is free, by the way, and I'll show you at the end. So as a WeConnect member, as a WeConnect member, you get access into WeCommunity, all right? But to be able to get access to where the member buyers are, to see the corporates and the RFPs, you need to be certified, all right? So my goal is to get as many women as possible registered, and we can see how can we, even if you're going to get somebody to help us, but this is something that you find money and get it done, because it's not a lot of money. It's $350 for 3 years, and your certification is for 3 years. After 3 years, that's when you get certified again. So it's something I highly recommend that you think about. So women complain about information on business opportunities. As a certified member, you'll be in We Community. You can access organizations in 180 countries. We are putting more organizations from Kenya so that you can have more corporates in Kenya. So if there's any Kenyan company that you'd like to supply, you can put them in the chat for me. The Diageos, whichever bank, then we can make sure that we get them on board. Limited access to corporate business networks and connections. As a member of We Connect, as a member of SFA, every month, the first Thursday of the month, we have SFA links where you are able to connect with other entrepreneurs, you are able to connect with our mentors, you're able to connect with other SME stakeholders. In February, we had MCER and we had BRS. BRS is Business Registration Services, where you're supposed to be doing a return for your business every year, okay? And we also had an accountant so that you understand about the Finance Act and all that. So every month we have that at SFA. As a member for We Connect, as a certified member of We Connect, you are in a community where we have different activities with the corporates that want women to join their supply chain. So that way you get, those are great. This one that you get a table and you put your things at an SME program, it is great. But we need to go to the next level. How do we get to the corporates in a way that they will respect us? So we put the corporates in a room, we call it Meet the Buyer Experiences, and we bring you also, you're able to pitch to them, you're able to connect to them so that you get to know them. The other one is limited access to finance. So we also work with banks. We work with banks, and we're going to be doing this training at some of the financial institutions. So at the end of the session, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to share with you how you can register with We Connect. To attend the info sessions here in Kenya, in Nairobi, you can attend for free as long as you register. So you must go to the We Connect International website and register. It is free, all right? So when you register, you still get access and more information. But when you certify, when you get certified, then you get put in the pool where the corporates are. You can access them directly. You can see when RFPs are dropped, and you also can contact them directly. So limited access, our financial partners can give you, bid bonds, overdraft, whatever you need, if they see that you're certified. Because if you're certified, we have done the KYC for them, right? We have looked at your audited accounts. We have seen that you're post-revenue. So don't be overwhelmed by that information. Start, okay? The first time I went for the KCB, I was like, oh my God, all right? But I'm still there till today and with other financial institutions. So the key thing is start. Then we are getting ready to wind up, and I'll open it up for you for questions. Procurement readiness isn't just about preparation. It's about seizing the opportunity to transform potential into progress. What I'm sharing with you now is the potential of increasing your revenue streams. I'm not saying stop doing what you're doing. I'm saying you can increase what you're doing, all right? Take action today, for every step forward is a step closer to realizing your procurement goals and shaping the future you envision, all right? So what do you need to do? Number one, you need to join SFA. Let me not say you must. You can join SFA for access to opportunities. This time I did it in open air. I shared with different organizations that I know, but I encourage you, if you join SFA, then you'll be in the SFA partners pool. And every time there's something, I normally post there, or we send out an email, you will get it. It's only 5,000 shillings. Number two, you need to register with We Connect. This is important. This one is free. Your number one, you can say, I don't have 5,000 today. It's okay. But this one, number two, I'm giving you for free. Go to We Connect International and register as a, but just, in fact, the link, Marion, did I send you the link? I'll put the link here as you ask for questions. Just go to the weconnectinternational.org website, go to with the registration process. On the 22nd, On the 22nd, we have a session with IFC, Bamburi, and World Bank. World Bank IFC is the same, and they're going to be sharing how they're giving access to their supply chains. So that is going to be on the 22nd, and also Strathmore. So that one, you have to be registered as a WeConnect. So if you go to the WeConnect and register, then you can email me and let me know that you have registered, and I'll send you that link. All right? I'll send you the link to the training. I've missed something here. All right? Then the ultimate is to certify with WeConnect. If you're saying, I'm ready, I want to go to the next level, I want to access the corporate markets, I'm ready to certify, that is with WeConnect. But before you certify, you must first register. The first step is go to the WeConnect website, register, then you'll get a link inviting you to certify. When you get the link inviting you to certify, you make your payment. Once you make your payment, we help you, we get you through the certification process. It takes about 30 to 45 days, depending on how ready you are with your documents. I've already given you the documents that you need. Then you get added into the We community. And in Kenya right now, I'm looking to build a team that will be helping me run WeConnect. All right, WeConnect Kenya. So it will be open for only those who are certified. Right now, I think we're about 40 something. All right. So we'll be having other events, and those are closed events that you must be certified. But don't lose heart. All right. Rome was not built in a day. There are 3 things you can do right away. You can pay 5,000 and register with SME Founders Association so that you can get help to get your house in order. Number 2, if you say your house is in order, you're ready to go, you'd like to attend procurement readiness trainings, register at WeConnect International, because when I go into the portal, I see who is in Kenya, who has registered. I send the link directly to you. You will not see that on social media. You notice the flyer that you saw on social media did not even have any logo. All right. So this I was just doing a teaser to see, are people interested? The people are interested. 50 people signed up. Then register. And if you're saying that, yes, I'm ready, I've been looking for opportunity to supply corporates, then you need to register and get on the certification path. And once you register, I will work with you. And with that, I come to the end of our session. That is my contact. And you have my email, the email that we use to send you through SFA. You can always email on that and say you would like to, forward to Frida, and you'll always get me. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Marion, you can stop the recording so that we can take any questions at this point. Thank you very much for joining, ladies, and you can open your mic and ask your questions. We are not so many in here. Thank you.